So M-Vave just sent me their first synthesizer. It's the FM-1 and I want to see what it can do. If you are interested as well, stick with me. As the name says, this is an FM type synth. It comes in the box with a USB-A to USB-C cable, an instruction manual and the device itself. I got it in this nice orange, but there are other colors if that is your thing. Because it is an FM synth, it is driven by the algorithm, where an operator, basically a sine wave, is modulated by another. You can select the pattern in which the operators modulate between them. This is a bit hard to comprehend, and it is even harder to predict what you might hear after you do a setting. Luckily, the FM-1 has 128 standard presets that you can play with. From piano, to Celeste, to horns, or basses. I didn't find any drum sounds in here. With that in mind, let's see what the FM-1 has to give us in terms of hardware. The first thing is the keyboard, which is made of small buttons. The whole synth is really small, so bigger keys were not an option. They are soft pushing buttons, but don't worry, if you want some high-level control, this works with the M-Wave MIDI keyboards or other MIDI controllers that send out MIDI messages. You just need a standard TRS cable that you can connect between the synth and them, and voila, you can control it in that way. As long as we talk about the connections, there is also a headphone jack and a USB-C connection next to the power on button. The build quality is robust. Even though it is small and made from plastic, it has a good weight to it, and I feel confident when I say that it could take a beating in your backpack if you are on the go. The screen is a big plus as it gives really useful information to what you are doing. It's clear and big enough so you don't have to get two pair of glasses to read the writing on it as other devices. The first control area of the synth is the one on the left with the 4 knobs. The first one controls the volume. Keep in mind this synth has a built-in speaker, so you can use it with no additional gear. Just play and not think about it too much. This knob is the only one with a smooth feel when you turn it on. The rest are incremental, with stops between each increment. The next knob is for the select, which controls another set of functions that we will come back to. The presets knob lets you switch between the different presets, and with the help of the algorithm knob, you can switch between the 32 types of FM algorithms. This means that only by switching between these algorithms, you can get different flavors of the same basic sound. This opens up a lot the different types of sounds that you can produce. On the right side of the synth, you have another 4 knobs that control different aspects in the categories beneath. For further sound design, M-Wave started with the FX section, which adds filters, reverbs, delays, distortion, chorus and phaser. For example, in the filter section you can control the type, then the frequency it affects, and then how steep the filter Q is. Different settings are there for every type of effect. Moving on, the envelope helps with further shaping of the sound. You can modify the attack, decay, sustain, and release. You can add an LFO, and you can edit what the different operators do on the edit button. The most fun part is of course the sequencer and the rec function. You can record 16 different patterns right into the preset that you can then recall to your liking. To those patterns, you can then add everything that we talked about earlier, like envelopes, effects, and LFOs. I have to say it works quite well with a computer, so you can record your sounds in a DAW. It turns into an audio interface and you can just record there with no problems. I haven't found a way to synchronize the clock of the metronome with the DAW, but if you see it, be sure to comment down in the comments. The battery is quite decent and you can just play with it without charging it for a good amount of time before the battery drains. Granted, I didn't measure it, but I never had a problem with the battery. If anything, the FM-1 is really fun. I can't remember the last time I was so captivated by a device. It made me sit and turn knobs for a long time, and I always had a smile on my face. This feels to me like the best compliment. Because if you are working, but it doesn't feel like work, you already won. Now, if you want a MIDI keyboard that works with this tiny little thing, be sure to watch this video. Cheers!